What's up, guys? It is Monday morning. It's about 9 o'clock. Uh, hopefully, hopefully I forgot to check my microphone, but let me see. Yep, we're good. All right. First of all, um, what can I say? A lot going on with me right now. I'm still, you know, like I said before in the update before, I want to. I don't want this to feel like a job, and sometimes with a lot everything I've got going on, it has felt like a job here lately, and I'm not going to do that because I'm going to end up dreading it, and I don't want to dread this um, coming on here. But today I'm going to do something a little different. Try to get my feet wet and get back in it again. Um, Father's Day was yesterday, and to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. I hope you guys had a great one, and one of the most important jobs on this earth is being a dad and being a mom. Um, I'm lucky enough to have been a father for the last 20 years, and to an incredible daughter that it's just I couldn't have asked for a better one. Um, and she has made such a difference in my life. I've always said, and people that know me real well probably remember me saying after I watched, this was before I was even, gosh, whatever year it came out, and this was way before I was dating my wife. Um, that after watching Father the Bride with Steve Martin, I wanted a daughter first, and up until that, I'd always, I wanted, I'm a man, I want a son, I want somebody to carry on my name and to be the, you know, football star and all this stuff with, and yeah, all that macho stuff, but and from the day she was born, I mean, it sound like a song. She's had me wrapped around her finger. Um, we we think a lot alike. We she's got my a lot of my taste in music. Um, we talk a lot about music, and we're actually going to a concert later on in the year. Going to see Sarah Evans, which is one that she's wanted to see for a while. She's been a big fan of Sarah Evans for a long time. I have too. I was thrilled to see her come to we got a local theater that that's going to have her there. And if you haven't checked that out, Weldon Mills Theater in Weldon, North Carolina, uh, check it out. They just had 38 special there the other night. For what I hear, was a great show. Gary Allen's going to be there. Aaron Lewis is coming in December, and reasonably priced tickets. And I've been there before. I've been to see Diamond Rio. I've been to see Striper. Who else did I go see? Travis Tritt. There's not a bad seat in that place. The acoustics are so great in there. I mean, really, yeah. And you see, uh, like I said, not a bad seat in there. We've been to a couple of wrestling matches in there too. TNA had some wrestling in there as well. Um, but yeah, I just want to say Happy Father's Day to everybody. I didn't. For those that my dad passed away about 10 months ago, and this is the first Father's Day without him. And everybody said, all that you go through all the first, and the first or it's different. Yesterday was really different for other reasons besides that, but it was different. And I struggled some yesterday, but being with my daughter, we went out and had a good time, had lunch, and went to my mom's and had dinner. Um, if I didn't get to everybody that I wanted to yesterday to tell them Happy Father's Day, I apologize. But yeah, I think I got the most of them. But Happy Father's Day to everybody, all the dads out there. Um, and guys, just know how important, to the new dads, know how important this job is. I mean, your kid is going to depend on you a lot, and be there for them. There's nothing like it. It's the best job. It's the best job in the world. I I I, I love it. I love being a dad. I really do. Um, and I love connecting with her, like on the music thing. And first thing we connected on was like wrestling. She became a big wrestling fan. I took her to a wrestling match, and to see her eyes light up the way they did, and several times we got to go backstage and meet Jeff Hardy to see her reaction to that. And it's I put or I try to put her and the rest of my family before me. That's the way my dad did it, and that's the way I want to do it. I try to put everything before me. Um, do I do some things I want to do? Yeah, of course I do. But if it's something that she wants to do or something that I can do for her, I try to do it. Not trying to pat myself on the back either, guys. I'm not really not trying to do that. But speaking of my dad, um, to be without him today, yesterday. I mean, it's been like I said, it's been 10 months, but it feels like it's been a lot longer than that. And I still have two old voicemails that were on my old phone that I've moved to my new phone, and I listen to them at least once a day just to hear his voice. Some people are like, and I'm going through old videos right now to digitize them to make sure I don't lose that. But yeah, it's definitely different. Dad was My daddy was a character. And yesterday at church, we went for church, and I'm up here talking all the time, and heck, I thought about it afterwards. I forgot that they were going to do the whole service was going to be, you give memories of your dad, and I was like not prepared, and I felt bad about not getting up and saying anything. But I mean, I talked at his funeral, and I didn't feel comfortable getting up yesterday in church and talking about it. But since I felt bad about it, I'm going to get on here and talk about it. He was a character from the time I remember. Um, he took us at least once a year, every year, to King's Dominion. That was like his place. He wanted to share with us. Um, and we went. We loved it. We had a great time. We go to the beach, even though it probably was out of him and my mom's price range. They took us to the beach with the rest of our family every year. We went for like a week, and then it was just several different things with him. But the biggest thing that he affected me was when we 20 27 28 years ago, he had his first heart attack, and a valve blew off his heart after he had his bypass surgery. Well, after that, he went back, got over that, fought through that. After that, 2 months later, well, 6 weeks later, excuse me, went back for his checkup. They found a hole in his heart, a surgery that takes, I don't know, 10, 11 hours. It was over half the day he was in surgery, and he got through that and recovered and fought. I mean, between having to have a pacemaker, he had gallbladder surgery. Uh, he had a stroke. Hold on one second. My dog is trapped. But yeah, he had a stroke and recovered from that. It slowed him down a little bit, but he fought through it. But the last thing, he fell outside and broke his hip. And then in the midst of that, he the COVID came through, and he couldn't get out because in his situation, the health he was in, he it would have not been good for him. Um, so he was cooped up, and it took his toll on him. And when you see, like I did, my dad inspired me so much. Not just growing up, we joked around and carried on when we liked picking at him and messing with him, and he loved every minute of it. But looking at what he fought through, and it hit me uh, with all the fighting that he did and getting through this, because a lot of these things that happened to him would have taken and has taken most people away. And I kept telling him, Daddy, the good Lord's keeping you here for a reason. And he said, I guess he is. And that inspired me to if he's fighting through all this, how dare I complain about feeling bad or being tired or anything like that? And it inspired me to try to fight for everything. I mean, try to work harder, try to do this, do that. But those last 2.5, 3 years before he passed, I could see a change, and I could see it going, and it got me down. It got me really down, and it's like watching your hero just fade away. And he is my hero. He always will be. But I'm going to keep on fighting on things. I'm going to keep on working because I know he'd want me like that. He'd want me to do that. He wouldn't want me to give up on different things. Like I could very easily just say, I've been out for a little while with this podcast. I could very easily say, just hang it up. Don't do it anymore. I'm not going to do that. I love doing this podcast, but I've just got to get my head straight. Got to get back in the saddle again and get my mind straight. And I'm working on that. And I do appreciate you people. Hopefully you'll stick with me. Hopefully you haven't give up on me. We will be back. We're working on some things right now, just getting some things straight and getting some things set up. But see, my dog even thinks so too. But yeah, I just say a little prayer. Just and look, guys, I don't do this very often, but it's okay to have a difference of opinion with people. Lord, it is. That doesn't mean you have to hate them. I mean, there's people I disagree with all the time. Friends of mine, I disagree with their opinions and stuff. I don't hate them. That doesn't automatically make them a bad guy. Try to be a little nicer. Try to have a little more patience. Lord, that's something I need is patience. And I think I'm starting to develop a little bit better patience. But look, I didn't come on here to do that. I just happy belated Father's Day to everybody, all the dads out there. Not everybody, all the dads out there. And hopefully I'll be back here soon on a more regular basis. But just know, thank you. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for sticking with me all this time. And I promise you, it's not over. We're going to be back. It's just a little time off for me to clear my head and get to rest and get ready for another big shot at podcasts. I don't know what to say there. My tongue was tied on that one. So just getting ready. Okay. And thank you guys. And I hope you guys have a great day and a great week. And we'll see you next time on The Fly, the final score and triple threat main event.